So welcome, Alex. We're super excited to have you here today. Before we get started and talk a little bit more about the topics and about this connection experience that we are planning for May 2nd, please let us know a little bit more about yourself and about Yoga for Change.
Sure. Thank you for having me for this opportunity. My name is Alexandra. I'm the Director of Development and Strategic Initiatives with Yoga for Change. And we are a nonprofit organization that offers trauma informed yoga and mindfulness curricula programs to essentially underserved or underrepresented communities. So we work with a lot of communities that have been impacted by trauma in some form. Our main populations are youth, veterans, justice impacted individuals, and anyone that's experiencing mental health challenges, people in recovery. That's what we call our core four populations.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alex. So, what do you think it's so hard for people to talk about mental health, right? What are the different issues associated related mental health that we can touch or we can like bridge that like or build that bridge around this
Mhm.
topic through the connection experience?
Yeah, it's such a fully loaded question, but I feel like mental health in the past has been seen as such it's a touchy subject, right? There's a stigma around mental health. We don't talk about it. And what I've found in this work in particular is that with yoga or any type of health or wellness or movement, breath, things that can help an individual come into connection with themselves helps to build resilience. It helps to reduce stress. When you're in these states where you're able to regulate your nervous system, there's a bit more vulnerability. You can kind of open up a little bit more. You're not as afraid to share about mental health. Then, and in turn, right, when you start to be able to connect with yourself, it's much easier to connect with the community around you. And sometimes you see that vice versa. Sometimes being around a community of people that aren't afraid to speak about it, that are courageous to be vulnerable and share their experiences, helps us to then connect with ourselves. So it's kind of this like symbiotic, or they kind of work hand in hand with each other. And one thing that we found with Yoga for Change is that when we have a group of individuals that come together to practice or to just be a part of community, we've found the impacts to be so incredible, right? And we see it in the data that we collect with mood, with stress, with physical pain. Right, there's so many studies that are coming out around how community is such an important component of mental health,
I
and so I
love
think we're going to see that through this event, but also in the 10 days of connection.
I love that you mentioned that, Alex, and also like how community can support on like, our mental health, right? Like,
Mhm.
and how like being together could, and like also having the conversations, right? Having the conversations, having the shared spaces, and, or
Yeah.
like the same movement, like can support on improving our mental health, right?